So I've already had the bag sitting in a bowl of hot water for about 20 minutes, just so that it kind of warms up a little, so it's not so shocking as it goes into her system. You're going to take off the old needle. You leave it on there. Oh boy, carefully take it off. Put on the new one, lock it in place, and then you start the hot water running through it. You kind of prime it for a minute. The hose might be pinched from the clamp, so you have to kind of like push it the other direction. So it's running warm now, so I'm gonna clamp it back shut, put the lid back on, not the old needle, and grab Olive. One more thing, before you bring her over, you're gonna wanna make sure you have her shot. On the day you do it, there will be two. There will be the Cerenia, which I do every day, and then the Famotidine. Now we're ready, so I'm gonna, Olive, come in here. So I like to bring her in and close the door. You just take it, you take the scruff of her neck like that, and you just pop it into the base there, like that. You see it stays put. You just gonna insert it, make sure it stays put. You don't wiggle it around too much because that would be painful, but see, that's all it takes. And then from there, you just take this, and you start this, pull the lid off, grab her by the scruff of the neck, like this, and then you just pop it in, and now the fluid's going. And so now I'm just gonna hold her there, try to get her to eat the snack, and we wait. And usually, you'll be able to tell by the bubble on the back of her scruff how much fluid is in. We'll just time it today though. Hey kid, how you doing? We just chill out, distract her, how pretty she is. The fluid is flowing. You can't see it, I'm sure, but you can see there's little bubbles going through, and that's no big deal. She's gonna hang out. She's just gonna hang out like a nice girl. Usually I bring food in for her. She hasn't been as receptive to that though, so she's looking for that. So maybe she does want it. Maybe I'll actually stop this. Okay, so I've got Olive and her dinner. I decided to grab food instead of her treats because she was looking for the food. Hopefully she'll take interest in it. Probably she won't though, because she has kidney disease and her appetite is weird. But either way, we're gonna go with this. Take her by the scruff of the neck. Just pop it into a kind of a tent like this. Pop the needle into the base of the tent, kind of where there's kind of, you know, an extra little bubble there for the fluid to go into. And then we'll just hang out. And if she wants the food, she can eat the food. Otherwise, we're just gonna hang out and hold her kind of like this and tell her what a pretty girl she is. And she's not gonna love it, but she's fine, really. Here, you wanna try a treat? Check it out. After a couple seconds of where'd the shot go? There it is. After a couple seconds, after there's built kind of a base of the fluid bubble, you're going to hold her like this. Take the injection port, which you've already cleaned with an alcohol swab. Pop it in and just do that. And you pull it out, pull the plunger out after you've injected it all, to kind of, and then just pull it out so you can get some of the fluid in the actual syringe, and then push that through as well to make sure you're washing the medicine into the port, or out of the port and into the cat. And then you can either just chuck it, or whatever. You just make sure you don't get poked by the needle because it's sharp. So the bubble is about the size we want it to be at. So however long that took, it doesn't take very long. It kind of depends on how receptive she is. I don't want to make it super traumatizing for her, but we do want to get enough in there for her so that she's not dehydrated and so that she'll be willing to eat, because when you're dehydrated you don't have an appetite. And so after that you take this. I'm kind of stalling because I want to get a little bit more fluid in there, but you take this, You pinch it off, you clamp it so it's done, and you can just pop the needle out, and then you're good. I wanted to do one more angle just to show you what the insertion looks like and also what the using of the injection ports looks like. I've got her vitamin B supplement here, her B12, and it's red, so you should be able to see it a little better. So what we're going to do is you take her by the scruff of the neck, boop, you just insert it into the tent there, the base of the tent, and it doesn't hurt. See, let me just cinch this open, let that start flowing, and then after it's been flowing for a second, you grab, hopefully she'll hold still, like this. So pretend that's the first one. Then you grab the second one. Do the same thing. Boop. You can see it going through. Pull the plunger a bit so you can make sure to get some of the extra fluid in there. And then you push that through to make sure you get all the medicine out of the barrel there, as well as out of the syringe. And then you are good. You just cinch it shut, like that. Thank you for being so good. You pop it out, and you're good to go. Let's see if we can see how big the injection, or how big the bubble is. Kitty, kitty. So you can kind of see it's kind of like a bubble of fluid. You can see that it's kind of settling down here too. And that's just the extra fluid, and that will just be absorbed into her body throughout the day. And that's all she wrote. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. I think you're gonna do all right. Mm-hmm. You in a good mood? Oh no, don't fall. Oh, so friendly, so happy, such a nice girl. Thank you for being so good.